Okay, this is the second video about the wheel bearings. Basically, you have a inner fence press fit, makes it harder to change your bearings. So I chuck up my new wheel hubs and my vise, and I use sanding cloth, but it took a long time to sand it, so I would cut strips up to 60 grit to what right width, and make sure I sand around evenly so you're not just sanding in one place. So now goes on snug. At the end it feels a little bit snugger. This needs to be pressed down. Now that needs to be a press fit, but this here I don't see no reason to be. And once you put it on your CV actually, that surface here presses against that bearing, and that surface pushes against that bearing, and so that distance here is what gives you the preload for your two tapered roller bearings. And of course, this CV actually can't go through the knuckle. The wheel, even if this was to break off here, I have four-wheel disc brakes, so the calipers would keep the wheels from falling off, even if this was to break. Now what I found out is I got these seals from Rock Auto. They're cheap, they don't cost much. Problem is, they're the outers. I just push in by finger. Something wrong here. See, it comes right out. So I got a AutoZone Duralast, and make sure the guy wrote outer. This is outer, because I wrote numbers, and the national number is the same as the Duralast numbers. So what I found out is this seal I got from AutoZone. It's a national, and that's the inner seal that has the lip that goes against your CV axle like a dust boot. I had to drive it in with my seal driver with a hammer so it went in tight. The inside fits right against the CV axle nice. So what I found out is I have to just go on Rock Auto and buy for the fronts 710-464 for the inner and outer, because the inner fits out here tight just like it does here, yet the inner still fits on where it's supposed to right here. So you end up with all four inner seals that fit tight and the balls, and sure you have that lip out here, but that's not gonna cause no trouble. So next time I know, just get all four inners and don't mess with outers, just four inners for the front steering spindles. And I cleaned all the holes out good. Used plenty of PV blaster, get them where the bolts can just screw in by finger. I had to use this old TV because of course there was an outer seal and it would just push in by finger and just pull right out. Same thing with this one. So the outer seals don't have quite enough outer diameter to fit tight enough, whereas the inner ones have a little bit tighter outer diameter. So go with all four inners, inside and inner for the outside. But with this old TV, I used JB Weld old TV, black old TV. It said silicone on it, and I put it on here, did that side because I only had outers, so they fit loose on the inside and outside, so I had to use old TV on both sides. Let it sit up all night. Next morning, the stupid stuff was still like it was just put on the night before. It didn't set up at all. It must have been bad old TV, so I threw that away and use ultra gray Pumatex. So now on I'll just stick to Pumatex. I cleaned it all, the bowl out with lacquer and real good. I cleaned around the edge of the seal good. I put old TV around it, hammered it. I didn't hammer. I just pushed it in because I just pushed it in by hand, and I put plenty on the outside, so that seal shouldn't spin. Now if I put this in here, it shouldn't pull the bearing and pull the seal out with it like it did with that black JB Weld stuff. See how easy that is? Feel it get tight against the seal. Then basically, you got both seals, you got the bearings. Now the bearings, I use Temkin bearings. They're Temkin, but they're made by Koyo, Japan. These here, I believe, are original, and they're made by NTN Japan. And I was told that Subaru uses NTN and Koyo, and then the Temkin box came Koyo Japan bearings. So I'm not paying for the Subaru box, the extra money for the Subaru box. I'm getting Temkin, yet I'm still getting Koryo Japan bearings, so they're good quality bearings and you're not paying the extra for Subaru box that you're just gonna throw into garbage anyways. No sense wasting money. And here's one of my the hubs for the back, and I did the same thing. Comes right off. There's your two tapered roller bearings. What I like about this, I don't know how good that grease is. And see how there's a lot of pockets. You can see everything. There's barely any grease and and see how easy it spins, so there's barely much grease. And you're gonna need to use your own grease on your seals, so it's gonna be a mismatch of grease. So I took mineral spirits, clean these new bearings, clean whatever grease they put on there, get it all off. Then I took a water hose to wash all the mineral spirits off. Then I brought it inside the house and washed it into the kitchen sink with dish detergent, real good. Make sure it's nice and clean, no oil, no nothing. Then I blowed it off with air. And so when I'm packing bearings, I like to use my grease gun and just pump some grease into my hand. And the grease I use, it's not probably the best grease, but it's a decent grease. It's Lucas Red and Tacky grease. I've been using it for years. Once I use a certain grease, I want to stay with that grease. I don't want to change grease in my grease gun. I want it to all be the same and everything I got. So I put a pretty good pile of grease in my hand. After these were all cleaned, I was told by a mechanic that he was told in school to never wash bearings. That's what he was told, because it was causing problems. The bearings wasn't lasting. He said the mineral spirits was leaving a film where the grease would come in contact with the bearings. That's not a problem for me because I used the water hose, wash it off real good. The mineral spirits, bring it inside and wash it in the sink with dish detergent and then blow it out. You can tell when you get mineral spirits on your hand, it's oily, and you can tell when it's gone. When you wash your hands, you wash the bone, and you can tell it's gone. All clean, real clean, no grease left. So after I cleaned them, dried them, put the grease, I pack them from that side, and I keep going around and grease start coming out. And I keep going around till I make it all the way around where it's all coming out. And you'll know when it's packed because see how that spins so easy?